The Evergreen Planning Method changed my life. A year ago, I felt like I was drowning. I had gone from being a productive and highly efficient member of corporate America to a stay-at-home mom of small children, running a household, volunteering for a very busy nonprofit, and doing some consulting work on the side. When I had signed up for all of those things, I thought I could handle it. I've always been a very organized person. But transitioning from corporate America to being at home and juggling multiple competing priorities was extremely challenging for me. All the systems that I had in place that I thought had made me organized just didn't work anymore. I was so used to living by my Outlook calendar and a neat to-do list that I could quickly check off that when my life got a little messier, all of those systems fell apart. Really, my biggest pain point a year ago was my to-do list. I have always been someone that loves to check things off of a list, but my to-do list had gotten so long with so many different things on it that I felt like I was constantly losing things within the list. I would see things sitting on my list from week to week to week, and I just couldn't get them done. And of course, that took up a lot of mental energy thinking about the things on my list that I wasn't getting done. So I was constantly stressed out about it, and that really hampered my productivity as well. So when I was introduced to the Evergreen Planning Method, I was really intrigued. I had the fortune of meeting Clary Mercier, one of the amazing ladies behind Evergreen. And there were a lot of things that I really liked about Clary, but one of the things that stuck out to me was her approach to time management. Clary has arguably a busier life than I do. She has more children, a household with lots of moving pieces, and of course, all of her important work at Evergreen. And yet, she just had this peace about how she went about her days, and she was so purposeful with how she spent her time. I wanted that. So I decided to give the Evergreen Planning Method a try, and I am so glad I did. Now, I see time completely differently than I did a year ago. One of the best things about the Evergreen Planning Method is that it has taught me to see time limitations not as something that is getting in the way of me getting things done with me not having enough time to do things, but as guardrails given to me by God to focus my time on what matters. Now I see time as something that I need to be protective of and be a good steward of because it's a resource given to me by God. The other thing that I love about the Evergreen Planning Method is how easy it was to implement into my life. It was a step-by-step method, truly, that walked me through how to learn key time management principles that would make my life easier. Now, I thoughtfully start each day with thinking about what I need to do, what I have going on, and what my top targets of the day need to be. I don't just look at my to-do list and say, oh gosh, what can I check off the list today? I'm thoughtful about it. And the method taught me how to be thoughtful. Now I'm able to look at my week in context of what I already have on the calendar and say, okay, this is what I can accomplish this week. These are the things that have to get done that I will give priority to. But here are some other things that I can make progress on throughout the week because I now see I have time to do it. The method has taught me to organize my weeks so that I have rhythm to my life, and that gives me a sense of peace. The rhythms that the planning method has taught me have allowed me to spend more time with my children, more time with my husband, be at peace as I go about things that have to get done for my household, and still gives me time to do the other things that God has called me to do, which is focusing my efforts on my nonprofit work and my consulting work. So if you've thought about giving the Evergreen Planning Method a try, do it. You won't regret it.